ready, Eddie.
I'm
ready, Ed, and Eddie.
You got it. Yes, sir. It's 4 to the people. 4 to the people. 3 if you want it.
There we go. All right. I think we are essentially good to go. So let's go ahead and get rolling here.
Let's get it rolling.
And there you go. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to Showcase for the week ending Friday, November 5, 2021. This is a trailer show, and there are a lot of things that we have to get through tonight. But before we get to that, we have a little bit of a public service announcement to get through. Last week we had I'm sorry, let me go ahead and do the proper introductions. I'm sorry, my apologies. My name is Don, and with me tonight is
Young Overdrive Kaiko in the building.
What do you say? Overdraft? What was that?
Overdrive
Overdraft
is the first Overdrive. That's the first part of the name.
Oh right. Goodness. Okay, let's hope nobody's just leaving a bank and then hearing that word at the same time. Although at this late at night, I guess probably not. But anyway, I don't know. I never heard you like. Are you adopting like a sub nickname on top of your actual like branded name now?
That's a no. That's the whole thing. That's on my neck. Okay. ODK. That stands for Overdrive Kaiko. That's on my neck. You can't see it. Yeah, you can't see it, but it's on there.
Okay.
That thing hurt.
Noted. Well, Overdraft Kaiko, welcome. Good to have you back on the show with us. And thanks to you at home for joining us tonight as well. So as I was saying, before we get started here, we have a special thing that we have to get through tonight, which is a piece of user feedback. During last week's trailer show, we had, well, it was a combination trailer and weird news thing. We had a couple of comments come through that need to go ahead and get dealt with properly. Unfortunately, Kiara's not with us right now, so like I'm gonna have to like deal with half of this involving her on Sunday's show. So like feel free to come back and get her feedback on this on that show. But I can at least bring part of this up tonight here. The first thing, again, this is from the video that we put out last week. Here's a comment from Jimmy Daves talking about the House of Gucci trailer, that new Lady Gaga Adam Driver movie that's coming out on Thanksgiving. So Jimmy Daves says House of Gucci is mainly focused on Patrizia Gucci, not the entire history of Gucci itself. Impeachment took place over several years, talking about the third season of American Crime Story that just started recently as well. Impeachment seems overly long and drawn out. Remember, Gucci is over 2.5 hours long, plenty of time to tell Patrizia's story. Plus, the cast of Gucci far outshines Impeachment. Gucci has major stars. Impeachment does not. Okay, so first of all, Patrizia Gucci, that's the Lady Gaga character in that movie. And this comment is basically in response to the conversation that Kiara and I were having last week about the runtime and just the overall, I guess, the vibe of that movie sort of feels like the sort of story that would lend itself better to a television series than a movie. At least that was my opinion last week. Kaiko, you saw the trailer for House of Gucci. What were your thoughts on it?
It doesn't look like a good movie. But it looked like I'm interested in the story, of course, because the stories, I mean, I ain't never seen no designer movie being made. I wear Louis Vuitton for everybody who wants that. That's my company. But I mean, it didn't, the shots that I was seeing in this trailer, it didn't like sell. I didn't see enough of this movie to really know if it's good or not. Like I've seen, I don't know. They were just talking. The trailer was a lot of them just talking. But it's probably gonna be a good movie. I mean, I'm gonna go watch it. I'm gonna try to pick it up.
The most recent trailer you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The one that you saw, the one with the little weird football-looking thing in the beginning of the trailer.
Yeah.
And that was playing. Gaga doing that impression of the lady from Get Out with the teacup and all that at the end.
Yeah. Right.
We saw that same trailer last week.
You don't play football in your Gucci. That's wrong. You don't mess up Gucci like that.
No. No, you messed up the Louis Vuittons. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You don't.
No.
You know.
But anyway, so that's one of the comments. We do have one other comment to bring up, which was actually more of a request, I guess, for the trailer show tonight. This is from Man of a Goodwill. Can you please react to the Lady of Heaven trailer? The movie will be in AMC theaters by the 10th of December in the US and is expected to have a worldwide release in various countries very soon after that. Heart emoji, blushing smile face emoji. Okay, so at Man of a Goodwill. So public service announcement for what exactly Weekend Showcase is. We cover a lot of things with regard to pop culture, but basically a lot of what we do boils down to no politics, no extreme profanity, at least from us, and no religion. And I found a version of that movie trailer that I think is what you're referring to there. And we can cover that, as a movie, but like we try not to like let any of our like individual political or theological ideologies get involved in the show, because like we want this platform to be a discovery and showcasing platform for people and the fandoms that bring us together every weekend. So that's we really are taking great pains to avoid like putting too much emphasis and overexposure on religious content or things that can be seen as religious content, because we don't want this whole show and this brand to be seen as that. To that end, in order for us to really do that and really kind of examine that trailer as like a movie, like all the other movies and content that we review on here, we need to know the specific trailer that you're referring to, because it was really hard to find. So if you happen to see this message, Man of a Goodwill, please drop a comment on this video or like reply to your previous comment in the last video, and give us the exact link of the trailer that you're requesting us to do, and we can go ahead and look through that and see if we can add that to the playlist for next week. But that's basically it. I just wanted to go ahead and
we gotta do it before December 10th
for it to do any good, I guess. Basically, exactly. But if that's the intent here, but in any event, just wanted to go ahead and get that out there, that this is not a political show. This is not a religious show that we're doing here. That's not the brand that we're doing, but we're willing to like examine it as a movie and like nothing else. But we need to know exactly the content that you're asking us to review. So that's all I'm trying to get out there. Thanks so much for watching. So without any further ado, we have some trailers to get through tonight. So here we go. Try to go ahead and turn on the screen here. There we go. Okay, so we have about 9 trailers to get through, and these are the top 6. We have a bunch of different things from, let's see, we have a couple from Nintendo, a Disney Plus thing, a new Illumination thing, something from Netflix, Morbius, the 3rd season of Atlanta, and a new Star Wars show coming to Disney Plus. So that's pretty jam-packed. Oh shoot, I'm sorry, hang on one second. The screen is still black on y'all's end. Hang on one second. My capture card is having a hissy fit right now. Hang on one second. Try and go ahead and get this to work. Right, technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, say again, Kaiko?
I said you got your capture card from Radio Shack.
That's funny. Anyway, here we go. Can I get this to work straight? No, I cannot get this to work straight. Holy crap. That's not good. It's gonna be fun editing clips from this out for purposes of like Instagram and them. Let me see. Nope, that's not the right one. There it is. Aha, got it. We got it. Put this down gently so as not to lose the plug's contact within the capture device. Okay, now we now return you to a regularly scheduled trailer review show already in progress. So first order of business, we have this something called Become a Pokemon Trainer, I guess is the rest of that title. This is a promotional footage Nintendo put out for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Is this something that you're looking forward to doing, Kaiko? I know you're a Switch owner, proud Switch owner.
Of course. Pokemon is the #1 title in my life. So anything Pokemon related fills me with glee, as some would say.
Oh, actually, you know what? I'm just now remembering and realizing we're going to have Thurga joining us a little later on. Maybe we should save that and the World War Z trailer, because those are Switch games. Maybe we should save those until he comes in.
Okay.
Maybe we should probably do that. Let's try that. But for now, let's go ahead and skip ahead to the second item on this list. This is Ciao Alberto. I can't tell if this is for a spin-off Disney Plus show, sort of along the lines of Doug Days, or if this is a little like original Disney Plus mini movie of some sort. Basically, this is clearly a follow-up of some kind to the movie Luca. Did you see that, Kaiko?
I didn't see that. I never got around to seeing it. I feel like I won't get around to seeing it, but it's one of those. I'm gonna see it with my mom. My mom, I tell you all the time, my mom loves these movies, so I'll probably see it with her. But
let's start here. You do at least have Disney Plus, correct?
I have Disney Plus, yeah. So Luca's on there. I thought that was a brand new in the theater still movie.
It's one of those things that was like a day and date release, if I remember right. It was like a day and date release with the theaters and streaming, basically. So yeah. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer. This is Ciao Alberto from Disney Plus.
Dear Luca, life in Porto Rosso is awesome. Everything's perfect. Especially my new job. I'm kind of the greatest fisherman in the entire world. Besides Massimo, of course. We're like
got one arm
and pesto. I'm gonna be the perfect employee. And I'll make Massimo proud. I think he'll come around. Ciao.
Okay, so that right there. Hang on one second. Sorry, trying to get the thing on here. So, for those who aren't familiar with this terminology, if you look at the bottom of the screen here, Disney Plus Day premiere. For those who are uninitiated to what that is, Disney Plus Day. If I remember right, that's the anniversary of the launch of Disney Plus, which was November 12th. If I remember right, 2019 was when Disney Plus launched. And, that was famously also the same date that The Mandalorian first premiered, so it was a big deal that year. And so it's kind of become sort of this internal holiday within the Disney fandom. But so this trailer says that it's going to be a short film of some kind. Like I said, spun off from the movie Luca. What do you think, Kaiko?
I mean, I would be one of the 300 people that dislike the video on YouTube because I'm just that kind of person. But I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what's going on with it. I need to see the first one.
Ooh. By the way, we have a comment here. We have a Chris Levy just joined in on the YouTube page. Says, "Yo, Kaiko."
My boy,
shout
out to Chris Levi. Hell yeah. I said shout out to Chris Levi. Yes, sir.
I meant to have the live chat feed open just in case somebody actually commented on that on our side. So yeah, my mistake for not catching that at the moment that it happened. But anyway, hey, what's up? Thanks so much for watching, Chris. But so yeah, keep going as you were saying, Kaiko.
Yeah, no, I give it, like I said, thumbs down on YouTube, thumbs up on Disney Plus.
Oh, you're talking about wait, just so I understand you right. Are you saying like the trailer was bad, but you're looking forward to seeing it on Disney Plus?
Like I would go on YouTube, watch the trailer on YouTube, click the thumbs down, but then I'm gonna go watch it on because I'm hating on it. I think that's what's going on. I'm hating on it.
Why?
Personal reasons. I want what I do to better that. That seems to be the best animation out right now. That's the newest animated movie by. What is it? Is it Pixar? Is it a Pixar movie or is it just Disney?
It's Pixar. Yeah, this is Pixar, and it's a short film.
Right. It's the most up-to-date Pixar. Pixar is like one of the best animating companies. So it's like, it's the top of the top quality right now in 2021.
So they can absorb some hate? So they can absorb some unsolicited hate? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, they have to. People go hate on it. I'm gonna hate on it for a little while, but I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess your disingenuous hesitation is noted.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
I don't know how else to describe that, but
exactly.
So it's like you're hating on it, but like you're willing to watch it anyway.
Exactly.
So
exactly. It's okay. It's kind of like all this Pokemon stuff. Like people are hating on all this new Pokemon stuff, but they still play it because it's Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? So
the brand awareness is too great. The fandom is too great for it.
Right. So like it just goes down like that sometimes with this stuff.
Well, I saw Luca and I enjoyed it. And I am looking forward to this and seeing what else happens here. Like, I know this isn't a full series. I know they're probably not going to do anything else beyond this, probably. But this is another example of, I guess, Disney trying to sort of like think outside the box in terms of how to stretch their IP, old and new, in different directions for the sake of content for this streaming platform that they now have like full autonomy and control over, and as we all know, now more than ever in the full tilt streaming era that we're in now, content is king. And the more content that you have, the more that you can put out, especially for if you have a platform that people are paying hard-earned money to have access to, subscriber dollars, right? It's got to be good content, and it's got to be content that you can't get anywhere else that's worth the price of admission. So
right.
Looking forward to it. November 12th. There you go. All right, moving on. Desert Kingdom says haters gonna hate.
Yeah,
man. I guess that's a response to you there.
Oh yeah, the haters gonna hate. I know. I'm not gonna be a hater for long. I'm gonna pick it up.
Fair enough. Desert Kingdom saying mash that like button, y'all. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yeah, he's trying to tell you to like don't push the dislike on there. Just there.
Out of 30,000 people, I'm gonna be one of the 300 that dislike it, because you gonna have about 30,000 likes on it, and then you gonna have that 300 dislike. I'm gonna be one of them people.
You're gonna hide behind the shield of fake anonymity and just like, I'm gonna do a thumbs down just cause.
Right. Just cause, show them up.
I don't know.
I hate YouTube for even having that button.
Well, anyway, Desert Kingdom, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on to this next trailer we have on the list. This is Sing 2 from Illumination. That's the production company behind the Minions franchise, the Despicable Me franchise, the Grinch movie from a few years back, Secret Life of Pets. I think a couple other ones as well. Kaiko, have you seen their previous stuff, or at least the first Sing movie?
I like Secret Life of Pets. Kevin Hart is the bunny.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What was that? Was it the second one you said was what was the second one you said?
I said Minions, Despicable Me. Before Secret Life of Pets, there was
Grinch. You said the Grinch.
The Grinch. Yeah, the Grinch.
I didn't know the Grinch was that new Grinch where Pharrell made all the music. Is that the one I'm talking about?
I think that's correct. I'm talking about the version with Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch.
Yeah, I think that was like a 3D animated movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think
same company.
Pharrell made all the music for that, and then
nice.
Yeah.
So and I know that's the case for the Despicable Me franchise as well, at least for the main lines, if not for the Minions movies. I don't know. Look into that one later. But or if anyone knows that offhand, like drop it in the comments feed. We'll bring it up here. But we're doing the sequel to Sing here. Did you see the first movie?
I did see the first Sing. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
The ending of it. I didn't see the end. I don't remember the ending of it, but it was nice.
Well, the ending movie stuck out really nicely for me, but I actually really like that part. But in particular, the ending of that first movie. But we'll get back to that in a moment. Let's take a look at this trailer, and we'll revisit this conversation at the end. This is the second trailer for Sing 2 from Illumination.
I have climbed the highest mountains. I have run through the fields only to be with you. Only to be with you. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
just gotta be brave now.
Wrong again! Again!
You broke the bonds and you lose the chains. You carry the cross of my shame, of my shame. You know I believe it.
You will never be great, Johnny.
There's Pharrell again.
And Eric Andre in this movie. Was he in the last one?
I don't remember, possibly, but hang on a second. Let me see. I have to pull up the title card here. Hang on one moment. Okay, sorry. There we go. So I like this trailer in so much that it's sort of reminds me of the third Madagascar movie in the sense of like, it feels, judging by the way that this trailer came out, I did not see the first trailer for this movie, for the sequel, but like, it feels like this trailer is like promoting the sequel as sort of like an unnecessary sort of expansion or exploration of all the characters that you know from the last film, but in a direction that kind of isn't really necessarily necessary. It's cool if you're a fan of the first film, but it's like, I don't see how this can really win over new fans who aren't already familiar with this IP or these characters necessarily.
Right.
Like the point I was going to bring up to Kaiko right before we launched into this was a big part of the first movie that really stuck out for me was the end, the part of the end that was the Taron Egerton character, the gorilla, the big the black gorilla in the dancing sequence in this trailer. Taron Egerton was kind of more known as Eggsy from the Kingsman movies. He also played Elton John in Rocketman. He's in this movie as that. And so he had this big gigantic musical number where he did this big Elton John song in the first Sing movie at the end. And that's important because of the second Kingsman movie has all these references to Elton John. Elton John was actually in that movie, and then Egerton was in Rocketman later on, where he actually plays a young Elton John. So there's something about there's a common theme of Elton John occurring in this guy's IMDb resume. Basically, is the takeaway from all of that. But that was the most memorable experience from the first movie. For me, because of the way that they handled that performance, and that dude can seriously sing, by the way.
Wow.
Like if anybody who missed out the first movie and Rocketman, let it be known that Eggsy got pipes. But anyway, Kaiko, what's your reaction?
I mean, like you said, it's hard to catch on to it if you didn't see the first one, because like I don't know, they just kind of threw this trailer at you and kind of threw this. They just threw some singing at you. They didn't really, they just kind of told you, hey, this movie is about some animals singing. But they didn't really tell you what happened in the first one. I walked out the room before the first one ended. I remember doing that. I went and got some food or something, and I missed the whole ending of it. And then we started watching some Tyler Perry movie. And that's how.
Well, there was this big thing about like his father was in jail, and like he actually broke out to make it to that performance, basically, because it was this big emotionally cathartic moment. That was the big storyline you may remember from the first film, was this thing between the Taron Egerton character and his father, who was so it looks like there's sort of like continuing from the payoff that happened as a result of that as a result of the way that ending song sort of played out and what that did to the overall narrative as a backdrop of how it ended.
Yeah,
I'm explaining it really wonkily, but the point I'm getting at here is like I'm trying to remember what streaming service the first film may be on. It may still be on Netflix. I'll have to look that up. Or if anybody knows on offhand in the comments feed, let us know. Chris Levy here again. He says Liddy.
Drop it down.
I guess there you go. But so it's definitely the sort of thing that you definitely should probably see the first film before going to see the second film, which it looks like they're dropping this at Christmas. So there you go, in theaters. So let's go ahead and get ready to move on. Let me see. 310. There we go. Okay, next item on the agenda. This is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, the adventure game. It's a board game, if I understand this right. Have you heard of this?
Oh wow, no, I ain't heard of that, but I play Skyrim, so I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna take it to a board game though. I've tried those RPG board games and they just don't work out for me.
How many hours have you sunk into your playthrough on real Skyrim?
Okay, so I had it.
Actually, let me back up. Which version do you have? Did you get the remastered version or did you get the original version?
Well, I had the original version on PS3, and so I was playing that. I got to this Yeti, and I couldn't keep. Just kept one hitting me, so I got fed up with it. So I don't know how far that is. It's kind of far, not too far, but it's in there. You go up this mountain and you get to some Yeti, and he just destroy you. He eat all your food. So I don't know,
Ooh. But
then I got the new one for the Switch, which is the same thing, I guess, right? And so I mean, I like to kill the people that tell you to go to the next place because you can kill anybody. I just like to mess myself up. So that's what's going to be happening on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I was just going to make a reference to that. I'm sure all the NPCs in all three of those games are not going to be sleeping easy.
No.
With not knowing that you'll be gunning for them for no reason. But anyway,
for no reason. I'm telling you. So.
Yeah.
But Skyrim board game, that's different. Let's check it out.
All right. Oh, sorry, this is an ad I can't skip.
They get you with a can't skip. Let's review this. Oh, but that's gonna be.
Yeah, but not why we're here.
Before the Dragonborn came to Skyrim, you are surviving members of the Blades, a legendary group who long protected the Empire of Tamriel. Abandoned by the Empire, you must work together to thwart a plot which threatens the whole of Skyrim.
Oh my god.
Build a unique character in the world of the Elder Scrolls. Choose between Enor, Dunmer, Imperial, Altmer, Khajiit, or Orsimer. Equip your character with a wide range of weapons, spells, and armor. Travel across the halls of Skyrim to places like Riften, Solitude, Falkreath, and Whiterun. Attempt a huge range of evolving quests that change the game with each decision. Explore the wilderness. Gain side quests from mysterious characters. Explore ancient ruins and tombs. Battle Draugr, Frostbite Spiders, and Daedra. As you delve deeper, your foes become increasingly deadly. Gain experience and amazing treasures. Upgrade and enchant your gear. Level up your character with a wide range of unique skills and abilities. Play through 6 chapters of 2 huge campaigns in this endlessly replayable adventure game. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, the adventure game.
You better come with all them things that
On
light
Game
up.
Found now.
Better come with all them pillars that light up.
Yeah, don't start with the false advertising bit. You know what? Part of me was actually about to bust out a Dragonborn call in the middle of watching this, just on GP. Just on GP. This actually fascinates me. And like I wonder if this would be like sort of like a stepping stone for how do I put this? You know, the type of people who only ever play Dungeons and Dragons and they consider themselves gamers, even though by a 21st century definition, you can make an argument that you're not a real gamer unless you actually have a controller in your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like this would be like a stepping stone, you know, for the Dungeons and Dragons crowd. And so like the next step from there would be like the modern Skyrim, the real video game that they'll have been made familiar with because of this board game. So it's like an organic sort of stepping stone there. That's what this feels like, as a really faithful and unexpectedly fascinating stepping stone to what the 21st century would consider gaming, I would argue. Kaiko, what do you think?
I would play it if somebody had it. I would never buy it. I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, let alone I don't know how to play Magic the Gathering. I hate Magic the Gathering. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I hate Magic the Gathering. But these two games are less complex than this game, and I don't know how to play those. So why am I gonna go, man? That thing look complicated as an MF, man. That thing.
Well, I appreciate your censorship there.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know. That's because listen, the game itself is hard. So you telling me now I got little cardboard pieces to level? You know.
I mean, it's Skyrim meets Monopoly, but with 100% less Monopoly. You know,
but I'm not knocking it. If somebody had it and was like, "Yo, let's play," I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Let's, you know, whatever. You know, take a couple shots, just play it, just play the game. You know, hopefully that we can convert that into some type of drinking game. You know.
Okay,
every time you level up, you take a shot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, all I know is that they better not have a thing in there for like where you have to like one of the special like chance cards or whatever they call it in here has like horse armor, because there's a part of me is still traumatized from Oblivion, you know, having to deal with like the way that they did the horse armor DLC from that game, because it was garbage sauce. But anyway, whatever.
They should have came out with this before they came out with the video game. Why? I mean, you know, they do it that backwards right now. Yeah, because this is like a comic book turning into a movie. You don't make a movie and then make the comic book. Why are you doing it? Well, I mean, what's the point of that? Or, I mean, do that? Who does that? Well,
I mean, there have been plenty of instances where, you know, comics have been translated to movies fairly successfully. All right, I'm not going to say plenty. There have been several. I will say there have been several. I mean, outside of obviously, you know, the Marvel and DC films that we all know. Right. The Mask, that Jim Carrey movie from the 90s, that was a Dark Horse comic book series before that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah. That's just off the top of my head. There's probably lots of others. Again, if anybody's watching this wants to type a suggestion in the comment feed, we can bring that up here as well. But yeah, so it happens.
Somebody answered the question of if Star Trek was a comic book. I need to know this. I don't want to look it up on Google. Somebody tell me.
Not before 1966. Not before, like, it had to exist first. You know, because what you're really saying is like, where did it exist on the page before it hit the screen? Correct?
I think that's what I'm saying. I wonder. I knew it had to be some type of book form before it was a show. You know, we did this. Like was Star Wars a book? Was Star Wars ever a book?
Not before 1977.
So it just went straight to the theaters.
And then the fandom kind of took it from there, pretty much.
Right. So I mean, they I feel like they're doing stuff backwards with Skyrim, because, you know, I don't know.
Well, all right. Look, the original game came out in what, 2011? I want to say
something like that. Yeah, I say that.
So it's been a full 10 years since the original game dropped, and probably about maybe 4 or 5, if that, since the remaster version came out on current gen consoles. Well, Xbox One and PS4 current gen. I know we're all on Series and Series X and PS5 now, but I mean, people are familiar with this game by now, or at the very least, people are familiar with this brand. So it would really do no much good to like put out a board game and then have the next full main entry in the series after Skyrim, after ESO, or sorry, after Oblivion and after ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, then release a game, you know, like a full video game. Like people kind of know Elder Scrolls is associated with the video game franchise, you know, at least now. But I mean, this feels like for this particular IP, this feels like the right order, respectfully, as far as I'm concerned. They kind of did this in that mainly because like they kind of didn't have a choice. They can't just go back in time to like 2010, put this game out. But this actually, your comment though brings up an interesting question. Yeah, smiley face. I see a Victoria in there. But in the comment feed, sorry. This brings up an interesting question. The last thing you said, Kaiko, about doing the board game before a movie or a video game adaptation or a TV series or something. Can you think of some other things that you are familiar with, like movies or television shows that you think should have been introduced in a board game form or in a comic book form before they hit the screen? Can you think of some other IPs that would have worked in their favor?
Pokemon even could have been some type of. Well, I guess
before '96, before becoming a video game.
I think you know they had when the trading cards come out, probably the same
like 98
time,
maybe
so.
98, 99, roughly around the same time.
I mean, I would take that back because I mean they kind of did what they were doing, what they were supposed to do at the beginning of it. You know, they put the cards out, they had the video games, they had little trinkets, like they had this fake, what's it called? Hungry Hippo. They had this game that was like Hungry Hippo, but it was Pokemon. They had stuff like that. So I mean, they was doing stuff right. You know, that's some original stuff. I think Nintendo released this stuff actually. I don't think it was no Hasbro or Bandai Toys or whatever. It was Pokemon.
Pretty much, like, you know, you're talking about the Pokemon company, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what the stuff released by. So I can't really think of anything else like right off the top. I mean, I'm just thinking about Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes could have they you know they the mascots of Six Flags, so they, you know,
I forgot about that. I forgot that they're with Six Flags.
Right. Huh. So yeah.
See, Six Flags, I'm still of the generation that I think of that old guy. The old guy with the big glasses.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's that crazy commercial from the early 2000s.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I think.
He passed away? Well, it's been an extra 20 years.
This guy.
I don't know.
I think that was makeup though. Somebody.
Yeah, it probably was, but it's like even so, like, good Lord, it's been an extra like 20, 25 years plus the COVID pandemic. So like, who knows? Hopefully it's still around. I don't know.
Who knows?
But anyway, so, but I guess circling back over to the main point of this, to Skyrim, like I was saying earlier, I think that this is an amazing adaptation of the video game, and I would really recommend, like, you know, first of all, the tabletop games crowd use this as a launching pad for entering the world of video games. If they really haven't had very much exposure to video games, this would be like a good launching point. Familiarize yourself with this IP, familiarize yourself with this story, with this world, with Skyrim, and then like launch into the video game from there. You know, because they'll be fully familiarized, and hopefully we'll have a really good time with this game. This is apparently Bethesda gave their blessing to this. So clearly, you know, anything with this level of intricacy and this level of like faithfulness to the source material, to have like the original creators give their blessing on it, or having it be sanctioned as like officially licensed material, like, you know, that's usually a very good sign. Yeah, I give a thumbs up to this.
If y'all like 57 sided dice, then I can.
57 sided dice.
By all means, but you know, I play Monopoly with 12 options of numbers.
Really?
1 through 12, not 1 through 57.
What is it? A dodecahedron, I think is what that's called. Is it? No, a decahedron. I'm sorry. Dodeca is like 20, right?
Yeah. So it's a dozen
20 sided.
hedron.
So it'll be
It's
yeah.
12.
Yeah, I'm not sure the titles, the proper name of that. We'll look that up later,
Right.
probably. Next up, this is a thing from Netflix. This is this looks like an anime called Arcane. You watch a lot of anime, Kaiko?
So like yes, that's a very broad question to me because it's like I do, but like I haven't seen so many of them. Like I haven't seen any Dragon Ball. Well, I mean, I haven't seen the whole Dragon Ball Z. I haven't seen the whole Dragon Ball Z. I've seen the Cell Saga and the Buu Saga. You know, I've seen like main parts of
You came in at the end.
Yeah, but you know, I seen when he was, you know, when he was running down that trail to leave heaven. Like I saw that, but I didn't get into it. I ain't seen none of Naruto. Like
wow.
I ain't
No
seen none of
Shippuden, no Boruto, nothing.
None of that. I ain't seen none of that. And then I started with One Piece. I lost my way with One Piece. So I mean, I gotta get into it. But yes, I love anime. Like you're not gonna catch, you know, you're not gonna really catch me slipping with anime. But I ain't seen some of these things.
This is from Desert Kingdom. Says dodecahedron is 12-sided dice. There you go. There's the answer for that.
All right. All right.
Thank you, Desert Kingdom. Thanks for joining with us, and thanks for watching. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed with the next trailer. This is Arcane from Netflix.
This city was founded to be a bastion of enlightenment.
We are the city of progress, and our future is bright.
We were once one tribe. Now, we are houses divided.
As time passes.
All right, guys, you guys hear me?
Topsiders are leaving us
hey, Thurgood.
further behind.
Yo.
Never enough to go round.
What's up? What's up?
It can either break you or forge you into something.
Hang on a second. Sorry. Let me start over because we have somebody else in the room here. Okay, hang on. Yeah, Thurgood's about to join here. We may as well go ahead and start over. We just started this trailer here, but this is Thurgood just joined us here. He's still loading into his camera, or his camera is still sort of buffering into my system. But here we go.
I was having technical difficulties earlier.
There we go. Welcome, Mr. Thurgood. Good to see you, man. How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Cool. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting y'all haven't met. Y'all haven't met officially yet. Thurgood, Kaiko, Thurgood.
Wait. We did the stream. We did the stream last time with Far Cry.
Yeah, that was the first one.
That's true.
Yeah, we met.
I met you another time before that though.
Also, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I met you like a couple of times.
Yeah. So
wow, my mistake for totally slipping on that.
We in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we met.
Well, there we go. So welcome to the stream, Thurgood. We're about to do another thing. We're looking at a trailer for what I thought was anime, but the production style, the animation style is decidedly not anime.
That's a different type of anime. Yeah.
No, the thumbnail looked like a anime character design. This is a thing called what was it called? Arcane. It's a Netflix thing. Have you Thurgood, have you heard about anything about this yet?
No.
Okay. Wow.
New.
Arcane? Judging by your facial expression, I'm guessing you're not a fan of anime on Netflix.
Oh no, I love anime. I love anime.
But I mean on Netflix anime, like Seven Deadly Sins. Did you watch any of that?
Okay, Seven Deadly Sins. I don't like the main character, so I'm definitely not watching that. He's kind of a weirdo. But yeah, I love anime.
Okay.
It's just I did that phase because I never heard of it.
Right. Okay. Well, you're about to. So we're starting this over here now that you've entered the room. This is Arcane from Netflix.
This city was founded to be a bastion of enlightenment.
We are the city of progress, and our future is bright.
We were once one tribe. Now, we are houses divided.
As time passes, the topsiders are leaving us further and further behind. There's never enough to go round. It can either break you or forge you into something greater.
Hi. I need to speak with one of the inmates.
Who are you? I have to try and find my sister. Powder?
Hi?
There are people down there hell-bent on destroying us.
The only way to defeat Topside is to stop at nothing.
We should prepare our own countermeasures.
Imagining yourself a hero. I'm afraid this will be a very short reunion.
You talk too much.
Here we go.
You people down here are all the same. Bit of advice. Don't threaten the guy who pours the drinks.
They got 3 acts. 3
Okay.
episodes.
That looks dope. As somebody who's not in the League of Legends, that looks dope.
Yeah. And can you expand on that further, Thurgood?
I think the art style looks very unique. It looks very lively. I like the use of color in it. It looks very just vivid. It looks like a moving painting, which I really like. And even I think this trailer did a great job, even though it kind of dragged on for a little bit, in my opinion. I think the trailer went on for too long. It's like, I think this did a good job in getting a guy. This is someone who doesn't even like League of Legends, and it got me interested.
Wait a minute. You just said this trailer was too long. It's only 2.5 minutes long. Thurgood, you saying that's too much?
No, I'm saying I said I felt like it dragged on. It just felt like it dragged on for like too long.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
I don't know anything about League of Legends, and so I mean, I still don't know anything about League of Legends even after seeing this. But this is like Thurgood is saying. I mean, this is some different animation. This is a whole new. I ain't never seen no style like this, so it's interesting to just see a new style artwork.
It looks like part 1 is going to be releasing tomorrow. Would you watch it
on Netflix?
Like, does this trailer make you want to watch this? The first part tomorrow.
Yeah, I would watch it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thurgood, what about? Oh wait, I think we lost Thurgood's camera. You still there?
No, I know my camera's gone. I had to take an important message, but yeah, I would watch it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I was really taken aback by like it was just pointed out a moment ago about the animation style. I think Kaiko, you're the one who pointed this out. The animation is way different than what you're previously used to. Like same here. I actually thought this was something completely and totally different as far as like what the thumbnail was presenting this whole thing to be. Like I straight thought this was like an anime adaptation, but no, this is something that is clearly like directly inspired by the source material, which I'm in that same camp that I've never played League of Legends, but again, going back to the Skyrim board game that we were just talking about before Thurgood entered the room, it has the original creator's blessing. So, or at least it has the same the blessing of the people who were behind League of Legends. So that's usually a positive. We're about to find out how much so once the reviews start coming in from this. It's going to be broken up into 3 parts like we saw, and it looks like over the next 3 weeks it's just going to be like 1 release per week until the 20th, November 20th. So it looks like the next 3 Saturdays they're going to be releasing a part of this instead of just dumping the whole mini series on Netflix at the same time. I'm sort of curious about this, but I don't really expect to really see all 3 parts. I may watch the first piece. I don't think I'm going to see the whole thing because, like I said, I'm not into League of Legends, but just to actually check this out, this trailer makes me want to check it out. It doesn't make me want to play League of Legends. It makes me want to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreeable.
Yeah. But cool trailer. Let's move on. We're about halfway through the list of trailers, this live stream trailer show for Showcase for the week ending Friday, November 5, 2021. We're still live streaming here on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in, those of you who are still with us live. Let's go ahead
and throw on the two Switch trailers.
That's right. Thurgood, how's your camera looking? Can you put that back on?
We're about to be right there. Hold up.
Okay.
Young Kaika got to sign off 15.
I'm about to be right there.
Yeah. We gotta wrap this. We gotta get this. These two. We have two Nintendo trailers that I wanted to get both of your responses to, because y'all are the Nintendo gamers here, and I'm quite retired from Nintendo. So that's which is not that there's anything bad with Nintendo. I just don't own a Switch. I never got a Wii, and like my GameCube is collecting dust. So that's basically how that goes.
Right.
But so yeah, we have Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and we have the launch trailer for World War Z. We're going to be looking at those back to back here, and
now,
all of the trailers.
Is that Call of Duty?
World War Z? No.
Yeah, is that something that has to do with, when I say Call of Duty, is that some type of shooting game? That's what I'm really trying to go towards.
We're gonna find out. It's an adaptation of a very famous graphic novel, and a movie. Okay, welcome back there. Good to see you. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. This is let's start with Pokemon. Here's Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Get ready to embark on a thrilling Pokémon adventure. Explore a rich and colorful landscape. Catch, battle, and trade incredible Pokémon. And don't miss out on an epic experience coming for the first time to Nintendo Switch. Find yourself in the Sinnoh region in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. Available November 19th. Rated E for everyone. Only on Nintendo Switch.
Okay. No disrespect to Iku Otani. I think is how her name is pronounced. I'm sorry, the voice actress who does the voice of Pikachu. That voice is so oversaturated. Why is it that we have how many years has it been that we've had Pokemon games, and we are in the generation now where technologically we should be able to get voice samples, one voice sample from 400 something creatures, basically? Why is it Pikachu, after all these decades, is still the one creature that is the only one that we can hear like a real voice sample of it saying its own name, like it would in the show? If the games are supposed to be an interactive exploration of the world we've been getting in the anime for 25 years, why is it that we're still not able to hear any other Pokemon besides Pikachu? Like what
much coding.
What are your thoughts on this?
Too much coding, way too much coding.
Just for extra voice samples? Seriously?
I've always kind of just gave them kudos for just at least doing Pikachu, because that's their mascot, and so they had to single them out like that. But you know, when you get into they got 898 Pokemon, so you know.
Yeah, there's so many Pokemon.
Seriously?
You know, so yeah, and
there's 900 Pokemon now?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
it's like ridiculous.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I wish my main issue with like Sword and Shield was that I wish they would just freaking add. I wish they would just add voice acting to the freaking games now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like so odd. Like I was looking at Sword and Shield, I was like, bro, why are these games? It's like Zelda has finally been voice act. They finally add voice acting in Zelda with like Breath of the Wild. And so I was expecting
it on Skyward Sword. I think they did that with Skyward Sword too. I think they did.
Oh, they did?
I think so.
I hope so.
I think they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, I know Twilight Princess didn't happen. happened, but I didn't play Skyward Sword. But Pokemon, it's about time they added voice acting.
It's about time. It is.
It has a show. They have an entire freaking anime, so it makes no sense for them not to do it.
Because they don't really have a voice for the characters that you play as. Like they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
we have a comment. We have a few comments here. Desert Kingdom says 898 Pokemon according to Google. Yeah, that backs up what Kaiko was saying. Network Neek says, greetings. Are you guys into crypto gaming or NFTs? You should definitely look into it. It's the future.
Crypto gaming.
I haven't heard. Yeah, I'm not familiar with NFTs.
I'm not interested. I've heard of it, but I'm not interested in NFTs.
Yeah, I've never.
You know what? How much do you know about it?
It's very harmful for the environment.
For what? For the environment?
Yeah, it's like NFTs are like very harmful for the environment, from what I've heard.
Sounds like something that would need further research. I think
maybe
like during a news
because it sounds crazy.
A weird news stream or something. We'll have to bring it up then.
Yeah, if I was explaining to you, it would sound insane. So it's better you're better just like researching it. But yeah, it's been like really on the rise these days.
What is it? An NFT?
Yeah, NFTs.
Yeah. Oh,
they're very
Network Geek says, haha, it's a picture. NFTs are pictures. I guess this is like
crazy.
What is it?
And people are paying insane amounts of money for them.
Really? I need to look these things up.
There's a term for this. There's a term for it when you're embed. This sounds like the technology where you embed secure data into pictures. Geez, there's a term for it. I had like one course on this in undergrad, and I don't remember because it's literally been like 3 years since I last looked into this. Well, 2.5. It doesn't come up. I'll look through my notes and find it again. But that's what this reminds me of. Not cryptography. There's a different term for it. But anyway, yeah, this is something. NFTs is a thing we'll have to do some research on, and if we can find a weird news topic or something to justify it, we'll have to have a larger conversation about it. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight, unfortunately. But that being said, Network Neek, thanks for joining us and submitting that information. We'll have to do some research on that on our end. But back to Desert Kingdom. Here we go. NFT equals non-fungible tokens. Fungible? Fungible. Am I pronouncing that right? Non-fungible tokens. Okay. I guess that's a place to start. Thanks, Desert Kingdom. We'll go ahead and start the research there. But anyway, back to Pokemon. Diamond and Pearl, arguably the greatest arc of the anime. Arguably, I mean, what do y'all think of the source material? Did y'all play the original Diamond and Pearl games?
Oh yeah.
I did.
Okay. So do you think this will measure up?
I mean, I'm glad we've asked for this. We've all asked for a Diamond and Pearl remake. They did it. They listened to us. They did it. I mean, I don't see how any of us can complain about it. You know what I'm saying? Especially that these Pokemon follow you. They put the icing on the cake. So
wait, so like in the overworld map, they follow behind you just like Pikachu follows Ash? Because I remember
your first
one
Pokemon,
at a time.
The first Pokemon in your party is what follows you.
I didn't say anything.
Right. I remember that was a really groundbreaking feature that was introduced in, if I remember right, Heart Gold and Soul Silver on the DS was where they introduced that. Yeah.
Well, because they do it in yellow.
In yellow.
Yeah, you're right, Thurgood. Yeah, I was going there next. But as far as modern audiences are concerned, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but we all know that was introduced with the yellow version, which was a glorified adaptation of the first season of the anime. Right. So that was 90s kids in the house.
In this remake, you're gonna be able to have all 898 Pokemon follow you. I suppose I would think that's how it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you can send Sword and Shield to Diamond and Pearl Pokemon Home. So, you know, that's
right. We still have that service, that cloud Pokemon storage service, Pokemon Home.
So I'm sure all 898 Pokemon will be available in this remake.
Here's an extra comment from Staff ZX. He says, not gonna lie, the Gen 4 remakes look like watered down cutesy versions of the originals. I think the best version of Gen 4 is Platinum. Thurgood, Kaiko, you'll agree?
Yeah, that's
agree.
true. I agree.
I don't like the art style for the remake. Because I know, like my thing was like the reason them being chibi on the DS made sense because the system's limitations. But we're on Nintendo's like newest hardware. I was kind of expecting them to at least at least for this game to look like more advanced and better.
I feel you on that. I like it. I like it. It's cute. You know what I'm saying? That's what Nintendo goes for. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm gonna get used to it. You know, it's different.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of like the Link's Awakening remake.
Yes,
how some people like the art style and some people hated it. And that's what this reminds me of.
Right. Yeah.
I love the art style for Link's Awakening. It's just for the Pokemon. I don't like the way how Brilliant Diamond looks.
But the Pokemon aren't chibi. The Pokemon that follow you they look like whole Pokemon.
Staff ZX also says he doesn't. I should also say Staff ZX also says he doesn't think the new Pokemon will appear in the remake.
All the 8th gen Pokemon? I mean, listen.
He thinks they're going to remake Gen 4 as a carbon copy. He also says, but I agree with Thurgood. They should have had modern artwork to match the new games. So there's a +1 for your thing, Thurgood.
Yeah, because that's my whole issue. Because you have like Sword and Shield, which, to be honest, Sword and Shield compared to like the best looking Nintendo Switch games isn't really anything. It's like the Pokemon games don't really look on par with like other AAA Nintendo titles. But that's what I was thinking of with a Diamond. When I honestly, for a Diamond and Pearl remake, that's what I wanted. I wanted it because I don't know if I know you remember this, Kiko, but freaking Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube.
Right, it was way ahead of its time.
Yeah,
that too. And the Stadium games on N64.
Yeah,
the Stadium games on the 64 it looked amazing. It looked
way
amazing.
ahead of its time.
Exactly, but like Sword and Shield doesn't look remarkable for a Switch game, and that's what disappoints me.
I think I can agree with you. I could, it's the best Pokemon graphics that they've had so far, but I agree. Like, they could have done a lot better. Like, I don't know. I like to look at water in games, and like I think when they make water like look like real water, that's when I'm like, okay, they did a good job with this game. So I don't know, Pokemon they don't have water like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like.
But where's the bar that you're looking to set that at, Kaiko? Because like even you had brought up earlier in this conversation the technological requirements of having voice samples for more than just Pikachu. All like 898 Pokemon. Again, hypothetically, if they were going to put all the modern Pokemon in there, the technological requirements of putting that on Switch. I mean, imagine what would have been required to make photorealistic, like modern standards, graphically realistic water in a game like this. I mean, really, where's the bar? I guess is the question.
Put it this way. When you look at Yu-Gi-Oh versus Pokemon, obviously Yu-Gi-Oh is way more detailed than Pokemon, and Pokemon was made to I'm thinking about this from my own standpoint. I create simple looking characters to easily draw them in other situations. So I think that's what Pokemon did, where they tried to make the most simplistic looking thing able to move around the way they wanted to move around, because there's so many different ones. So you know what I'm saying? They gotta have enough space for all these things to move properly. So that's Pokemon. It has the most characters of any anime. I swear, it has the most characters. Each Pokemon has its own little world of innovation. So
each trainer.
We have more comments. Sorry, we have more live comments coming through from staff right now. Staff ZX. He says, then again, they must balance the graphics with the plethora of Pokemon available. They had to cut corners with graphics and take some material out, such as the Safari Zone in Gen 2. Something had to go in exchange for other things.
Right. Yeah. No, and that's facts. Like, I mean, they gotta have enough space, or your game gonna crash. It's just too much going on. So I mean, I feel them. I feel what they're doing. I understand what they're doing, and I mean, I think they've done such a good job with the rendering of the actual Pokemon in technologies game, or as it progressed.
Yeah. Thurgood, any closing thoughts on this before we move on?
Yeah, I see a lot of people are keep comparing this, and they're like, how come this game doesn't look as good as Pokemon Snap? But guys, people don't realize Pokemon Snap doesn't have every single Pokemon in it.
No, it doesn't.
It's different. All you're doing in Pokemon Snap is you're just taking pictures of Pokemon. So it has to look. But with an actual Pokemon RPG game, with a mainline Pokemon game, you gotta program the Pokemon to fight. You gotta like have them follow you. You gotta do so much things with Pokemon. Like Pokemon has so many characters to keep up with.
Right.
That is
so.
And Staff ZX also says, to piggyback off Kaiko, I do think the Pokemon anime holds the Guinness World Record for longest TV show based off of a video game. I mean, 18. I'm looking at this right now. 18 seasons and what is this? 1,170 episodes since April of 1997. And if they don't have a Guinness record by now, they better soon.
I was like, who else is going to compete with them? Honestly,
nobody.
Are you kidding?
Nobody's World of Monsters can touch what Pokemon is. That like Pokemon has overthrown the World of Monsters.
Exactly, it's one of the highest.
Yeah, does anybody remember Digimon?
Yeah, see, I never.
Uh-oh. We just lost Kaiko. I think we just lost Kaiko. He must have his iPad battery must have like given out. He'll get back in a moment. But anyway, let's move on. Sorry, say again.
I said I haven't watched Pokemon. I mean, I haven't watched Digimon since I was a kid.
Oh yeah, same here. Same here. Like I remember watching like a couple of episodes in the beginning of year 3 of the anime. I remember the original run had like 4 or 5 seasons or something. I remember watching a couple episodes of year 3 when they were trying to do a storyline where the Digimon were in the real world. They were trying to be meta about it. Year 3 was the big real world thing. But so like I remember getting into that for a hot second, but then I realized Pokemon was better. So I went back. so then I went back over to WB.
Yeah. A lot of people they're gonna get mad at us for saying this, but yeah, bro, Pokemon just was cooler, dude. Digimon was awesome. Don't get me wrong, but like,
I'm sure there's still a fan base out there for Digimon. No disrespect intended. I'm just saying this is CNN. No, I'm kidding. This is just where I personally stand on it. Like when I was growing up, when these things first came out, it was Pokemon over Digimon basically every day of the week for me back then.
Oh, exactly.
It just is what it is.
I like them both.
But I don't know. Yeah. Staff is still with us, still commenting. Staff ZX says Digimon was a discount Pokemon, LOL. I saw it up to season 4, kind of lost me. I saw it up to season 4, kind of lost me when they started turning into Digimon, LOL. He's talking about the Digimon Frontier season, the last run on Fox.
Oh, I remember that. That was stupid, dude. I was like, what the freak?
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to remember this. It was Digimon Adventure 1, Digimon Adventure 2. The Tamers was Digimon Tamers was the one where they were in the real world. And then Digimon Frontier is the season Staff was talking about, where they physically become their characters, like some sort of like aborted Power Rangers idea or something. I don't know what that was about.
Exactly.
But
I was like, that was just so freaking weird, dude. I was like, what?
Yeah. And they did a season 5 many years later with a bunch of adults, and as opposed to like all the kids being the main characters. And then they also did a thing a few years back, something called Tree, Digimon Adventure Tree, that was sort of a continuation of the first 2 seasons, where they revisit the characters from the first 2 seasons as like young adults. So that was a whole separate thing. Like they were sort of having a bit of a revitalization of the brand through that by leaning hard into the nostalgia of those the characters and stories from the first 2 seasons. But
about time, man.
Yeah, but it's like it's still not Pokemon though. Like you can only go but so far with that, considering at your apex you were still second fiddle to Pokemon, arguably.
Exactly.
Humble opinion. So
it didn't fell off horribly.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, hopefully we'll be able to get Kaito back in here in a moment. Hang on. Links. Okay, sorry about that. Just sending some quick messages out to Kaiko behind the scenes here. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Geez, we have to do the World War Z thing. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin us shortly, so we can go ahead and get into that. In the meantime, while we wait for him, let's go ahead and move on to the next item on the agenda here. Next thing we have is the trailer for Morbius. This is a spin-off of the Spider-Man and Venom franchises, theoretically, not officially, but it's from that same sort of universe of Spider-Man adjacent characters. Thurgood, have you seen anything about this yet?
It kept popping up in my feed, but I did not watch the trailer yet.
Okay, so you're coming into this fresh.
Is Jared Leto supposed to be playing Morbius?
Yes, that's right. And supposedly there's a bunch of like little Easter eggs and references to, at the very least, Tom Holland's movies, if not also the Venom franchise, since Venom's done by the same company. But and this is not technically considered MCU, but it's kind of MCU adjacent because of this weird legal stuff that's happening right now between Sony and Disney through Marvel Studios. So because of how the rights for Spider-Man and all those characters got tied up. But anyway, so here's the official trailer for Morbius.
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave
after this ad. Oh crap!
Irritation. CeraVe Acne Cleanser. Benzoyl peroxide treats your acne, while 3 essential ceramides and CeraVe
Morbius skin kind of looking rough.
Barrier, so we can.
Sorry. Ooh. I just got a message, by the way, from Kaiko. It turns out he has to bounce pretty soon anyway. I don't think we're going to be able to get him for the rest of this. Unfortunately, we'll have to revisit some of this, the second Nintendo trailer with him at a later point, and we'll get his reaction to that later. Because I wanted to get his reaction to World War Z, but we'll try to record that separately and put it up on our Instagram page as standalone content later and work it out that way. But anyway, moving on. Here's the Morbius trailer.
You need a doctor? I am a doctor. I should have died years ago. People all over the world have my disease. I'm here to find a cure. We have to push the boundaries, take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
People are strange. Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months. When you're a stranger. Then you were found on a container ship that washed up off Long Island. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Johnny! What did you do to yourself, Doctor?
I wish I knew. I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly. I have increased strength and speed and some form of bat radar. What else can I do?
There are limits. There has to be.
There's something inside of me. It wants to hunt and consume blood.
When you're strange, can you control it?
I don't know.
Half the city wants to kill you.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
The other half wants to control you.
Hey, Dr. Mike, you guys should stay in touch.
I'd do anything to save a life, but I don't know what I'm capable of.
You save lives, you don't take them.
Are you here to heal the world? Or to destroy it?
Who the hell are you, man?
I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
Aha. Okay. That last bit was
cool.
That last bit was interesting. Go ahead, Thurgood.
It looks great. That movie looks very great. At first, I was thinking, how the frick are we gonna get a Morbius movie without Spider-Man? Looks great.
Yeah, I there's a lot of this that I was pleasantly surprised by. Like all of the references to hang on a second. There we go. All of the references to the Tom Holland Spider films in particular. Obviously the appearance of Michael Keaton, we saw that in the last trailer. The teaser, the first teaser for this. This is technically the second trailer for this movie. But the Daily Bugle we saw for a hot minute. We saw this mural of Spider-Man with the word murderer sort of graffiti tagged across it, sort of a reference to the end of Far From Home. I don't want to spoil that if anybody hasn't seen that film. I don't know who still hasn't seen that film that still cares about these types of movies, but you should probably go see it, I guess.
I said I haven't seen Far From Home. I have not seen Far From Home.
You still haven't seen Far? You still haven't? Wow. Okay.
I just been so caught up with like life and everything. I'm gonna watch it. Probably watch this weekend.
Fair enough. Well, we'll have to deal with that separately at a different time. But long story short, that graffiti tag thing was a reference to the ending there. But anyway, so this is a long time coming, especially for the 90s Spider-Man fans that remember how this character was involved in the original Spider-Man animated series in the 90s. Well, for our generation anyway, it was the original. Exactly. Same here, because I was never into the comics.
The reason why I knew who he was.
Pretty much. Mr. 11, Matt Smith is in this. I mean, Roman Pierce is in this, right? I mean, what is it? Shoot. Moriarty from the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes movies is in this. Jared Harris. So I mean, this is an amazing cast they have lined up here. I hope this movie does not suck. I really hope this movie does not suck. I mean, I didn't expect the first Venom movie to be as good as it was. I have not seen the second one yet. I'm aware of what happens in the second. But you know, because I don't really care much about spoilers, but I am cautiously optimistic for this film. Very cautiously optimistic for this film. Still looking forward to No Way Home more, though. This will not beat that. Sorry. Not sorry.
Yeah.
But Thurgood, what about you? Sounds like you agree?
Yes, I am pumped.
Cool.
I think Jared Leto is the perfect guy to play Morbius.
Actually, yeah, I can agree with that. So we have some comments. Network Neek says, sorry to leave the conversation regarding NFT, which stands for non-fungible tokens. Yeah, no worse to the environment than your picture. Ha 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 ha. That's funny. Exactly. Yeah. Network Neek got jokes, I guess. Somebody's got jokes. Also, Don, check your messages regarding crypto gaming. Okay, well, let's see what that is. Staff ZX says needs more Spider-Man. Oh yeah, and we're available on you can reach us on Instagram on our Instagram DMs at Weekend Showcase. There. Staff ZX says needs more Spider-Man. LOL. But yeah, it does look good. I thought I heard the song from The Lost Boys, another vampire movie. I never saw The Lost Boys. I'm aware of that movie. It sounded like a male vocalist covering a Billie Eilish song. Like is what that sounded like, honestly, to me.
Yeah.
But so I haven't seen The Lost Boys. He also says, well, this is still Staff ZX says, well, with Venom, Morbius, and maybe even Vulture, maybe they're building up to a Sinister Six. Based on what we know. Yeah. Based on what we know about how No Way Home is being put together, that's the smartest possible bet that they're going for there. But then again, this is Marvel Studios that we're now talking about, and they have massively misled us with the marketing for their movies many times before. I mean, just what they did with how they misrepresented how the villain was going to be for the last Spider-Man movie, for Far From Home. It was such a out of left field thing. I don't want to say any more than that because I know Thurgood, you haven't seen it yet, but like it was a really surprising movie and a really surprising resolution for that. But and Staff ZX says, yeah, it's sorry.
Yeah, they did for Infinity War. Like a scene in the trailer wasn't even in the movie. It was totally different. Involving Hulk.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Where the whole group is like running towards the camera and you see Hulk in the background. But in the real movie, that he's not there. It's Veronica. It's the gigantic Hulkbuster armor from Age of Ultron. And then Banner's piling it because he can't control Hulk at that point. Yeah, that's a valid point there. Stav ZX says, yes, the intro song for the Lost Boys. And then as long as they don't mess up their universe like Amazing Spider-Man 2. You know, there's a larger conversation that we don't have time for right now with regard to Amazing 2. Because there were elements of that film that they actually did do nicely. Humble opinion. It was far from a perfect film. I'm not going to sit here and defend Amazing Spider 2 entirely. There are some elements that I actually liked. I will just to point one example out in particular, I will say the way that they handled the origin for Electro was fascinating and interesting. It was sort of like the way that they made him sort of like a relatable, sympathetic character, and then stuff happens. And you know, Thurgood, did you see Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No, I only saw one.
Oh my God, I can't have this fuller conversation. Okay, well, anyway, we'll have to revisit that maybe like on a weird news stream or something. Like drop a comment in the comment feed on Sunday when we do a live feed, like after we have Thurgood with us, hopefully for a news commentary conversation, and we'll try to bring that up then.
Availability in this Slack.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Not on the public feed. All right, so this is so looking forward to Morbius. Thurgood, are you looking forward to this?
Yes, I am. I'm pumped.
Cool.
I can't wait to see.
Awesome. Staff ZX, I guess, having the last word on Amazing Spider-Man 2. He says that movie wasn't bad. I just hate they had a lot of build-up with no payoff. That's the simplest explanation for that, I guess we can sort of say. But anyway, fair enough. Morbius getting a thumbs up from us for now. We'll see what happens when the movie drops. Moving on. Next item. This is for a TV series on FX called Atlanta. Season 3 is about to drop next year. I don't know. Have you seen Thurgood? Have you seen anything from this show ever?
No, this show's on my to watch list because I've heard it's so great.
It is.
Donald Glover
this is the
genius, so I'm definitely checking this out.
Yeah. We get the obligatory Gambino compliments out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this dude raked in a buttload of primetime Emmys and Golden Globes. If I remember right, Donald Glover carries the distinction of the first African American to ever win a primetime Emmy for directing ever. Like that was. So that was for this show. That was for, if I remember right, the first season of this show, and they're going into season 3. Thurgood, you still with us?
Oh no, I am. Hold up, I just had to grab something.
Okay, cool. All right, but anyway, yeah. So they're going into season 3 now. There were a bunch of production delays, obviously from the COVID pandemic. Okay. There were a bunch of delays from the first couple seasons. After the first couple seasons, going into this one. Obviously because of the pandemic that hit last year, but on top of this, FX did greenlight a 4th season as well, which they're in production for season 4 right now, for those who may not be aware. So that's going to be really interesting and exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they have for this. Let's take a look at this. This is the 3rd season teaser for Atlanta from FX.
the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the world. Don't you know that yet? It's after the end of the
Okay. Sorry everybody, that was a little loud. Sorry. Yeah, that was some serious fingernails on a chalkboard action happening near the end of that. But interesting. I would not put it past Donald Glover to put in buttloads of symbolism and hidden meanings behind basically anything that man does. I'm sure I don't need to jog anybody's memory about the This Is America video from a couple years back, a few years back. But Thurgood, what are your thoughts on this footage?
So whatever symbolism he was doing, that mess went over my head because that was weird. I don't know. I don't know what the heck was going on in that trailer. All I heard was "End of the world."
Well, I spotted a few visual cues that we can sort of like step through a little bit. I guess obviously like the whole emptiness of like all these buildings and all these exteriors. I mean, this is probably some sort of a reference to, you know, how empty the world kind of became when everybody had to go through a year worth of lockdowns before the vaccines started to get put out for COVID. You can see like in this scene right here, all these little screens in the background, which I guess to me sort of symbolize like how we're only able to connect with each other through our screens, and chairs are piling up because nobody can use them, you know, right? There's just a bunch of unused chairs and pieces of screens in the foreground because that's where all of our community presence kind of is, you know, during and post-COVID. So at least that's what that piece of symbolism takeaway was for me there. Moving on, I don't know what that peacock was for, but still more empty scenery, empty buildings and stuff. Let me see. There was one other. Here it is. This bit right here. This is the Brian Tyree Henry character from this show, Paperboy, the rapper, kind of one of the main characters from this show. I don't know why they have the two people in the background facing the wall like that, but if you look really closely on his sweater, you'll see in yellow letters the word "fake" across his chest. Can you see that?
Hold up. It's not. Let me put this in gallery view because it's not showing up on.
Oh.
Okay, I see it now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So I think that's a reference to like I read some previews for some season 3 previews for this show, and this seems like a reference to the fact that this may be dealing with because Paperboy, this character in the show is he's an up and coming rapper. And if I remember this prediction right, this may have something to do with maybe he gets a record deal. And so how do you sort of deal with like, you know, the come up, you know, and like what that does to your expectations, the idea of you and the idea of your art, ownership of your art, how much creative expression can you really put out and take ownership of when, you know, everybody wants a piece of your brand, everybody wants a piece of your time. Who are you really once you've made that come up? Mainly because what do you have to do once you've made that come up? Because it's no longer about the ascension. Now it's about maintaining.
Yep. Are you a sellout? Oh, you didn't used to be this way. Stuff like that.
Right. So it's like, I guess he feels fake here in this, or is like very like subtly sort of like projecting that. It's kind of hard to see, which I guess sort of is symbolism for like being noticed as a fake just underneath the surface, you know, because that's how he sort of like feels on the inside, which I guess is sort of being symbolized by the fact that the word fake is so hard to spot, but it's there plain as day on the front of what he's wearing. But you just have to sort of look through the colors that he's wearing in order to actually notice that word. I wish I could blow this up on the on my screen here that I'm showing on the live stream in order to make it more clearly visible. But there's probably plenty of YouTube channels out there with like better production resources than mine who are probably able to like do that kind of effect, but it's there. If you go on like the original video link, which the original video is linked in the description below, you can see it clear as day there too, after we wrap up this stream. But anyway,
Not right now, guys. Not right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to this and season 4. This is a really amazing show. And I'm curious to see where this goes. Seems Brian Tyree Henry is having a really amazing year between this and like I said, the season 4 renewal already. And obviously he's in the new Eternals movie that just dropped today. So that's kind of that's also kind of a big deal. Yeah, that's pretty much all that can be said about Atlanta right now. Unless Thurgood, you have any more thoughts?
That's it, because I haven't watched the show before. I just heard it's great.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
In that case, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. This is a piece of Star Wars content. We're going back over to Disney Plus for the official trailer to The Book of Boba Fett. This is a spin-off of The Mandalorian, the mega successful show that actually kind of helped launch Disney Plus on Disney Plus Day, November 12th, I think it was, 2019 was when that launched. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is or what was it, 18 or 19? I think it was 18. Come to think of it, it might have been 18. Somebody feel free to correct me in the live feed, in the live comments feed with the day, the Disney Plus launch day, if in case I'm remembering that wrong. November 12th, 2018. But anyway, this is the trailer for The Book of Boba Fett on Disney Plus.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise. I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer. Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please, speak freely.
Okay. Okay. This is swinging for the fences here, it would seem. Hang on. Sorry, there we go. Thurgood, what's your response to this?
It looks cool. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, to be honest, but it looks pretty neat. It has like it wasn't like, I don't think the trailer was like fantastic to me. I guess because I'm not really into Star Wars, so I guess I'm sure I missed a lot of references. But it looks interesting what they're doing.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, this is basically coming hot off of the second season of The Mandalorian, which I have to look into when the third season is going to drop. But this is, they haven't missed a beat. You know, COVID production delays and everything. Basically, they haven't missed a beat. They haven't missed a beat. Excuse me. In terms of really sort of keeping pace with the cinematic production values and storytelling quality here, and what they've really done here to try to set up content that feels seriously cinematic, which I would expect nothing less from Star Wars as a brand by this point. It seems that they're really trying hard to like wash the taste out of our collective mouths from Episode 9, from the way that Rise of Skywalker kind of ended, because that was that was a difficult and divisive ending for a lot of people. It's I mean, I watched it in the theater, Rise of Skywalker. I remember, having long conversations with some friends of mine about that movie and how it kind of like tied things up. Okay. Staff ZX commented just now. First, Samus Aran's a better bounty hunter. They're good.
Fair.
Yeah.
Samus blows like all the other bounty hunters out of the water. That's not fair. That's like comparing a fifth grader to like freaking LeBron James in basketball.
Ooh.
Dog, Samus Aran is like
such
a boss, dude. She's so freaking like.
For those who don't know,
bro.
Hang on, Thurgood. For those who don't know, Samus Aran is the main character from the Metroid franchise of Nintendo games. Go ahead, Thurgood. Finish your point.
Yeah, she's like a freak athlete. It's like Samus Aran, if I'm correct, she's like 6 foot something. She's a like freak athlete that's like incredibly like flexible. So Samus outside the power suit is already a beast already. But with the power suit, like Samus is so OP that every game has to like make her lose her powers just so the game would be fair. Like it's a common trope.
So
in,
then,
like,
what are they
for her to like lose her powers in the beginning of the game because she would be so busted if she had all her powers.
So where does Boba Fett sit up against that? Because this is the second half of Staff's comment here. He said Samus Aran's a better bounty hunter. And then second, Boba Fett looks like a handyman from BioShock Infinite without the helmet. LOL. Ouch.
He does, bro.
But it looks all right. You all right there, good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just when I laugh, I start coughing because the cold.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm just over it. But he does look like a handyman.
Yeah. I think that was, if I remember right, that was Tamara Morrison playing him here. He was Aquaman's dad in that movie from a couple years ago. So that's an interesting casting decision there. Let's see. Handyman from BioShock Infinite without the helmet, LOL. But it looks all right. Wonder if it takes place after episode 6. After what was it? Rise of the what was episode 6 called? Oh my goodness. Return of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. Right? Revenge of the Sith was no, I'm sorry. That was episode 3. I'm sorry, my mistake. Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi was episode 6.
Return of the Jedi. Okay.
Yes, sorry. Phantom Menace. Oh my god, I feel terrible right now. It was Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith. Did I say Revenge of the Sith twice? Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones.
Revenge of the Sith was 3.
Yes, Revenge of the Sith. Then A New Hope. Then Empire Strikes Back. Then Return of the Jedi. That's what I was trying to think of. Return of the Jedi. Then Force Awakens and those other movies we don't really talk about anymore. So yeah. Return of the Jedi. Thank you, staff. Okay. But so it's I'm not really that big of a Star Wars person either, but I was very impressed by Mandalorian. I recognize what they were trying to do with 9. It didn't see. Maybe episode 9 didn't offend my sensibilities quite as much because I went into it not really so much as a Star Wars fan, because the Star Wars fans were like really feeling let down by that movie. Staff says, anyone remember when episode 4 was just called Star Wars with no subtitles? Oh my god, bro, you showing your age here? Anyone when episode 4 was just called Star Wars? I mean, to be fair, it was always called A New Hope. It just was never marketed as A New Hope, which is ultimately his real point here, I think. But I mean, fair. I mean, it's just this franchise has just gone so far beyond. Go ahead, Thurgood.
Didn't George Lucas think that the movie wasn't going to get a sequel? Or I'm thinking of another movie because I know he had like I may be thinking of another big movie, but one of the like directors and one of the creators thought that it was never going to get another movie or something like that.
So, staff, you seem to be pretty knowledgeable about Star Wars. Feel free to step in with some information on that.
No,
By the time
I may be wrong. I'm thinking of something else.
So, staff just posted another comment here. If this show takes place after Return of the Jedi, then Boba Fett blew his way out of that giant sand monster that ate him, which actually happened in the expanded universe. So, Book of Boba Fett may be theoretically adapting some of the expanded universe stories then, or maybe it's another multiverse thing where they sort of like they're running another story that's adjacent to the expanded universe that uses that same moment as the inflection point, the temporal inflection point where I guess. And then the giant sand, he's talking about the gigantic what is it, the Sarlacc pit in the sands sequence, right? Where there's that scene where Luke accidentally calls Leia Carrie in one of the scenes in one of the outtakes from that movie.
What the heck?
It was this weird thing. Yeah, that happened. That actually happened. But anyway,
that's great.
So it looks like the moment where Boba Fett was eaten by the sand monster in the 6th movie, or 3rd, depending on how you count. I guess it's using that as a point, as a junction point where it splits off. The timeline sort of splits off into 1 to 2 directions. You have path A, where 3 directions anyway. Path A, where he's just for all intents and purposes dead. Boba Fett is for all intents and purposes dead. Path B is the expanded universe that Staff is talking about, and then Path C is theoretically what this book of Boba Fett is talking about, theoretically, where it sort of runs adjacent to Path B, where he did shoot his way out. He did survive getting eaten, but it's going to run in a way that doesn't necessarily adapt the expanded universe stories verbatim. So it can actually like do different and unique things to sort of further the Star Wars universe in a different direction. Which I guess begs the question, what would we be more interested to see? Here we go. Hang on a second. Here's some more comments from Staff. George Lucas actually Staff ZX, I'm sorry. George Lucas actually wanted an episode 7. The thing is, he was scared the actors may get into accidents such as Mark Hamill's car accident right before filming episode 5. Okay. He thought if they died, that would hamper the stories, which is what happened with Carrie Fisher in episode 9. Yeah, there he's talking about how they famously used unused archival footage of Carrie Fisher as Leia that was originally going to be used in episode 8, but they recycled that for episode 9. So yeah, I mean, part of the problem is you waited like 20 years just to do the prequels. That's part of the problem. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably like some larger situational or circumstantial explanations behind that. I mean, Harrison Ford was doing a bunch of like political stuff back in the 90s, the couple of Tom Clancy adaptations of Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games, Air Force One with Gary Oldman, couple other big movies of consequence going into the 2000s. Mark Hamill was busy doing a bunch of like voiceover stuff. The Joker, most famously in the Batman cartoons. Carrie Fisher, I'm trying to remember what her 90s were like as far as acting was concerned. I don't really think there was much because she had some, if I remember right, she had some serious substance abuse kinds of things that she dealt with and came out relatively good on the other side of, to the point where she put out a one-woman stage show about those experiences. I think HBO Max still has it. It's a thing called Wishful Drinking. This thing Carrie Fisher did back in, I want to say like 2009, maybe 2008, 2009, maybe. But yeah, it's called Wishful Drinking. I think HBO Max has it still. But anyway, back over to this thing. I'm interested to see Book of Boba Fett, at least for a couple episodes. Probably not going to see the whole thing because, like I said, I'm not a Star Wars guy. Thurgood, what about yourself? Are you looking forward to this?
Not really. I'm not a Star Wars guy.
But I mean, at least check it out if you like and give it a shot. And if you like it, do you think you could finish it?
I don't know. I'm probably not gonna bother like watching it probably, because I want to at least like watch some more of the Star Wars movie. Maybe if I start watching more Star Wars stuff and end up liking it, sure, I'll probably get into it. But yeah, I'm not a big Star Wars guy.
Can I ask why?
It's just personal preference.
Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I only seen the prequels, so I am gonna watch like the OG trilogy. It's just the thing about watching Star Wars is that the movies are so freaking long. So I gotta take another part of my day. I gotta take a big chunk of my day, which I don't have as much time as I used to have. And then I gotta sit there and I gotta devote a big chunk of my day where I gotta do errands and stuff. I gotta watch Star Wars. These movies are so long.
Well, I mean, see, it feels like this is a little bit of a hypocritical thing because from what I'm about to say, because I'm kind of in the same boat as well. Of like, these movies are so long, and but in my book, the problem isn't so much that the stories are long; it's that the stories are dense. The mythology is so seriously dense, and it can be really hard to keep track of. At least for me, it has been. That's why, like, I can't even really process anything in Star Wars. Like, I haven't seen any of the expanded universe stuff. I just focus on the movies, and I watch the movies as movies, and just like self-contained experiences in and of themselves that happen to share a continuity across all 9 parts of them. Like, I don't have room for like the expanded universe and the stuff. Staff ZX says, but I agree they shouldn't wait too long to make the next installments. If you wait even 10 years, you may as well reboot the series. Yeah, that's why he wound up doing the prequels, and then like after another 15 years, 16, 17 years, that after the first prequel, then they wound up doing episode 7. Staff ZX also says Star Wars is an acquired taste. You kind of have to watch it to really get into it. And yeah, the movies are nearly 3 hours long each. Yeah, I mean, there you have it. Simpler, truer words were never spoken. But I'll give the first couple. I'll give 2 episodes. I gave The Mandalorian.
I said Staff's right.
Yeah. I gave The Mandalorian 1 episode. I'll give Book of Boba Fett 2 episodes to hook me. But if it doesn't, I'm not going to keep watching it. I'm just not watching it. Sorry, not sorry.
Exactly.
I just don't have room.
Star Wars is basically. Oh my bad. Star Wars is basically like One Piece. It's like just so intimidating to get into because it's just so much stuff you have to watch.
Yeah, One Piece just had 1,000 episodes.
Yeah. And everybody keeps saying, you should watch it. You should watch it. No, bro, I don't have time for it.
I mean, yeah, and Staff ZX also says there's a lot of Star Wars material, comics, games, and novels. Yeah. Kind of making my point for me. There's just kind of too much when you're like, in your, late 20s, early 30s, you're trying to like, you have a life, trying to like, you have a life, and you're trying to like, well, which is not to say that Star Wars fans don't have lives necessarily, but it's just, depending on how your life is set up, if you don't have room for it, you don't have room for it. That doesn't necessarily make you any less of a fan. So I'm trying to be like fair here and clear in my explanations of that, but to each their own. We'll just put it that way. To each their own. So that's about it for that. Let me go ahead and go over to this one last trailer here that I wanted to get through with Kaiko while he was here before his iPad died. But we'll have to get his reaction to this at another location. This is the launch trailer to World War Z on Nintendo Switch. Thurgood, do you play a lot of zombie games?
No, I do not. I do not like the zombie genre. It doesn't, it doesn't for me. I'm kind of getting sick of it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting sick of zombies. I've never been a big zombie guy. I do not like zombies.
Okay. Well, and Staff ZX has one more thought. One Piece is thick, nearly 1,000 episodes of them sailing to different places, not finding the One Piece.
Exactly, bro.
I mean, it's like it's like Ash Ketchum taking 1,017 episodes, as we had learned earlier tonight, and still not being an official Pokemon master. I mean, okay, he won the Alola League, I think, from this last arc. Okay, fine. He got 1 championship out of, I guess, 8 or 9 different championship leagues, or 10, depending on how you count the Orange League. I was just gonna count that next.
It's like, bro, it's like freaky. That was like a filler, dude. Tracy, who the freak cares about Tracy, dude? No one likes Tracy.
I mean, but they tried. They tried, and they gave him the movie. Remember, he was in the second movie. That kind of does count. The second movie does count. It's still canon, so it counts.
But Tracy's a bozo, man. No one freaking likes him. I was so angry when they replaced when Brock was gone and they got this dork.
Well, at least they brought him back that fall for when they moved over to the Johto region and adapted the Gold, Silver, and Crystal games. So that was something. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on and wrap this up. This is part of our playlist. Sorry, Thurgood, we have to get through this, but this is our last one for the night. This is the launch trailer for World War Z on Nintendo Switch.
Watch your backs. Zeke's are inside.
Push him back!
Go together. Keep your medkits handy.
I see a big one!
Come on, go!
Hit the button! Keep moving!
They're throwing themselves at us!
Go! Now! Keep up behind the fence!
They're coming through! Hurry up!
I know what happened to the audio there at the end. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah. So this is apparently this is out now for the Switch. Boy. Thurgood, we already know what your opinion is on this. I think you made it very clear at the beginning. You're not a fan of zombie games. I mean,
like freaking garbage.
Yeah, I figured you'd say that. So, I mean, to me, this basically looks like I guess like an expansion of that Xbox game State of Decay, or like other similarly zombie survival focused games along those lines. It doesn't really add anything new to it other than like, hey, you can use these little detachable Switch controllers, and that doesn't really do anything else. I don't know if the intention is to be an expansion or adaptation of the movie, Brad Pitt's movie, or the graphic novel by Max Brooks that the movie was adapted from or inspired by, at least. I don't even own a Switch, but even if I did, like, I don't think I would play this game. It's
heck no.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm sure there's a market for it, but I don't know. Probably not either of us, unfortunately. But it's part of our playlist. It was a trailer. It was a big trailer that came out last week, so we had to put it in this playlist. But yeah, I guess if anybody watching this is interested in zombie survival games on Switch, give it a shot. Sorry, go ahead, Thurgood. Thurgood, go ahead. Uh-oh. Did we lose Thurgood? Thurgood. Hello? Uh-oh. Hang on 1 second. I think we just lost Thurgood. Oh well. It'll buffer. I think it'll buffer on his end momentarily. But anyway, that's hang on a second. This is I've got some comments from Staff ZX in the feed here. I'll go ahead and read them off once we get Thurgood back in here, which hopefully should be momentarily. But anyway, I guess the bottom line of this boils down to this is just another basic zombie survival game. This just happens to involve touch controls on Nintendo Switch, and I'm sure there's a market for it. Like I was saying, I'm just not a part of it. Not going to pretend to be, but if you're in the market for it, apparently you won't have to wait at all. So there you go. Merry early Christmas. So Staff ZX, he's frozen. LOL. Thaw him out. Ha ha ha. I mean, I can't really tell. Let me see. Let me try and get him back in here in a different way right quick. Yeah, I have a separate message from Thurgood here. It says technical difficulties. Hang on 1 second. go. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get him back soon enough because we do have to actually shut this stream down, mainly because we're out of videos on this playlist. But overall, most of these trailers that we had to show and discuss this week were pretty good. Just a couple of them I can't say I'm really looking forward to terribly much. And that's basically like Arcane and World War Z. You know, I have to put Arcane back in there because I'm not a League of Legends person, as I said. But that's basically it. The rest of this looks pretty cool. I don't even own a Switch, and you know, Diamond and Pearl, like part of me wants to like at the very least check out more of this and see where the franchise has gone, because I haven't personally really cared about this franchise as far as the games are concerned since probably I want to say Black and White. No, before that. Before Diamond and Pearl. I want to say like maybe even as far back as Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I think was where I stopped with Pokemon. But yeah, Diamond and Pearl is about to happen now, so more power to them, I suppose. Anyway, I think we're gonna go ahead and have to shut this down at this point, because I don't think we're gonna get Thurgood back in here, unfortunately. Oh, Steph says call him up. You know what? All right, let me try that right quick. I'll try it. Let me see. I'm gonna put him on speakerphone here, so in front of my blue snowball microphone, so y'all can hear this. Hang on a second. We'll see if this actually works. If this is his phone dying, then there's just nothing I can do about it. And it's just gonna go straight to voicemail. But we'll give it a shot. Hang on. It's calling.
Please leave your message for...
Yeah, his phone died. There you go. We'll catch up with him. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, everyone. Darn it. Any survivors? Darn it. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. So this is kind of the point where we have to, I guess, shut down for the night. But we got a lot shown, we got a lot done, and we got a lot discussed. And this was a fun stream. Oh, hang on. Thurgood actually is, he just commented in the live feed. He says, sorry, my phone just randomly died. Yeah, it's all good, man. We figured it out. We'll go ahead and wrap it up now anyway. But let me see. And Desert Kingdom, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for that, Desert Kingdom. Yeah, so I guess that basically wraps it up. Let's go ahead and shut it down here. This has been Showcase for the week ending trailer showcase, excuse me, for the week ending Friday, November 5, 2021. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. Don't forget, we're going to be dropping some clips from this on our IG page over on at Weekend Showcase over the course of the following week in anticipation of our next trailer stream next Friday night. Same bad time, same bad channel. If you have some suggestions for trailers that we should bring up here into our playlist and react to, feel free to like drop a comment on our Instagram page or send us a DM again at Weekend Showcase. Ideally with a specific trailer link, so we know which specific version of what specific trailer to use. Ideally, official sources. We try to use official sources as much as possible to help like support the original producers and creators of the franchises. So yeah, Thurgood says he has to get his phone fixed. Yeah, we know. It's okay, man. It's okay. Let me see. Ooh, there we go. Perfect. All right, we'll get it taken care of. So that's all for tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll try to have a stream of a video game or something. We'll try to do something tomorrow, but worst case scenario, we'll be streaming on Sunday night with all new weird news headlines we've been gathering throughout the week. Don't forget to hit that subscription button and the notification bell right under this video so you can get little pop-up on your phone once we go live on Sunday night. And that's pretty much it. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on the flip side. Good night.